My advice number one, never buy rust bucket. Rust bucket is a rust bucket. Patrick's Garage. Now, very hard to find old car for restoration for your car project. Where they can find old cars in the streets, in the cities, in the highways. Hardly to see any of old cars where they are and where you can buy their cars. In the dealer centers, there is no old cars, only average new cars with mileage. Where you can find old cars? Probably online. And thing is it really need to buy old car? For what? If you have opportunity to buy the new brand Toyota, for what? You want to buy old cars, which are 50 years old. There is no sense to buy them for repair, to spend money, to spend your time. But thing is, maybe any guy want to buy old car for repair it, to spend time just for relaxing from more bigger problems which he can't solve. More better to solve really problems. Anyway, good decision. If you want just to buy a car for relaxing in a garage to learn how it works, because with a new car you can't to learn how it works. This is will be more difficulty, a lot of electronic, and also the same reason not to buy very complex old car. I mean luxury cars, 50 years old was with a lot of complicated stuff. So it will be better to buy simple car like Ford, where you can find a lot of substitutes, a lot of spare parts, even OEM parts, a lot of parts interchangeable. So you don't want to get problems with searching parts, and with really complex car will be better to find something easier. And yes, if we sure that we want car, where we can find who will be seller of old car which we need. Probably this is old couple, old guy, old granny with a low mileage which you can restore, but not buy cars from the north. They all rusty. They with salt. They driving on the road with salty surface. You don't want to mess with old rusty kind. Now you know cars. This is not their body and their frame. You can separate them. Now in a lot of cases, this is the one unit welded together. So you know their frame. That means all body. This is their frame. So if the frame rusty, that's not good. So run away if you see that the car rusty. Will be better to find a car from the south if you have opportunity to buy a car from south. So you don't want to mess with a lot of welding work. So you want to aim to buy a car with low mileage, good condition of body. There is no reason to find a car with original paint, but will be better. But thing is, it shouldn't be rusty without cracks on the frame from not good road surfaces. Not buy car where roads scrappy. You can find cracks in the frame. Low mileage, also reason to buy car with low mileage. Where can granny go granny? Where go grannies? They go to the church, they go to the grocery. That's all. Their trips only where. And it will be better to buy car from old couple. They not driving too much. Critical point. Which age of car you prefer? When this car was produced should be. I think in 60s will be best choice, best match for restoration. Car from 60s, not 50s, not 70s. Second half from 60s will be better. The will be best choice. Engine not so complex. This is carburetor. Transmission not so complex. Not like now modern. This is transmission with double clutch. This is DSG. And this is CVT. I don't want, you don't want to mess with this crap. You want to buy more simple car, more better car. For old car, this is especially reason to buy car more simple, more better, and car from 60s. Yes, a real wheel drive car will be better choice. They more valuable. Yes, it will be ideally, but you never can get what you want in ideally conditions. Something will be annoying. You work with car which you have. If you don't want to repair a car, you're never going to do what you don't have to. Thing is that we are all lazy and you don't want to repair a car, to learn car if it works perfectly, if you have no needleness to open the hood and messing with your engine if your car works perfectly fine. So you want to learn how car works will be better to have for these purposes old car, to learning it, to messing with it, to spend time with car which you're interesting. And let's be honest, rich guys never buying old cars. If you buy old car, probably you have not enough money to buy the new one. If you have ability to have car from 60s, you have car from 60s, and you repair this car, and this will be a reliable car for a long period of time. And yes, our topic, where we can find old car, will be better to searching online, googling model of your desirable car which you want, model of the car, year, and yes, if price will be not so high, you can buy it. Maybe will be someone's unfinished project, and owner lost the interest, and he or she have no interests for projects to create another projects to continue their projects, so you can buy dirt cheap unfinished projects. Truly say, I want to admit that I bought this car as an unfinished project, and this car was disassembled completely, and engine was taken apart completely, and I have no these parts which should be in this car. There are a lot of nuts was loosed, was mislaid. This is old parts, and I bought additional parts for this car to finish assembling this car. I was need to buy spare parts. So if you mechanically inclined, you can buy old car, and if you go to buy very complex car, you take with you old mechanic who knows all about this model, all about old cars. Will be better to go to buy a car with mechanics so it can check. Yes, if seller says, oh no, I don't want mechanic um testing my car, run away. You don't want to buy crap. And yes, papers. Papers for cars should be in good condition. All should be without problems. You don't want to buy a car from a person who not owner of this car. Will be better in all cases to buy car only from owner. Now a lot of guys, unfortunately, these guys overestimated their abilities for restoration. Yes, they really bought cars, and then they realized all problems, and they can't to solve these problems. They recognize a lot of work which should be done, so they can selling their cars. But a lot of cheaters which writing I can't finish my project, they especially find cheapest cars, and they in their offers they writing I can't finish my project, I have problems. Never trust them. You need to know all history of the car, when it was, when he bought this car, and why he selling this car. A lot of cheaters. Will be better if you want to find a cheap car for restoration, for project. Maybe in the case with unfinished project, with good discount, you can buy this unfinished car. Yes, it can't working, probably disassembled. If this is absolutely dirt cheap, you can buy it. Yes, you can check car only when you're driving it. Maybe you not needless to buy old car. Maybe you can inherit old car. You know, I'm inherited my first car, and I'm never going to buy old car to messing with it, to store all this crap which was related for car restoration. Yes, I want to admit that I have not enough money to buy a car, and I'm not going to buy a car, especially a new car. For what? I have no neediness to buy a car. One reason to buy old car. If you have not enough money to buy a new car, yes, you will buy old car, classic car, used car, you can call it whatever you want, but you have not enough money for buy new car. Let's be honest. This is main reason you buy old car.